Hey everybody, Sean Hatzel here with Get Lean After 40, coming at you from another knowledge bomb in my dry sauna. Today I want to share a unique strategy called ab-targeted cardio. Now this is based on a couple scientific research studies that I want to share with you inside this video, and it's actually a legitimate way that you can spot reduce a body part. So you can actually burn fat directly from a problem area following this strategy, and there's a couple published studies backing up how this works. Now, before I share that, I want to preface this by saying this works better if you're already a little leaner, because you're going to see the results faster, and this will not work if you're eating like crap. So if you're not eating a sound diet and you don't have synergy in place, and what I call synergy is combining effective cardiovascular work, so a mix of high and low intensity in moderate amounts, weight training, the ultimate exercise for people over 40 years old to fight the aging process and to consistently keep the metabolism boosted. And then the third thing is diet, right? And this is, they always say, like, abs are made in the kitchen. And it's so true. Without a diet being in line, you're not going to get results from strategies like this. So I pasted a link somewhere in the description of this video to my over 40 hormone reset diet. So you can go check that out if you're not currently following a sound diet. This is designed for people over 40 to reset their body's master weight management hormones using a special form of intermittent fasting that's designed for the current hormonal condition of people over 40 years old. So let's talk about these two studies. The first study was done way back in 2007, and I remember I wrote an article later on this that was very controversial, and it showed that fat burning was higher in adjacent pockets of fat where there was blood flow. So let me elaborate on that. The next study that was just recently published, this was done in the last 12 months, was done on women, and this is very interesting, and it drives home the point that fat burning is higher in adjacent pockets of fat where there is blood flow. So one group of women trained lower body, the other group of women trained upper body. Afterwards, they did cardio, and the research study showed that the group that trained lower body burned lower body fat. The group that trained upper body burned upper body fat in the cardio session afterwards. So for me, this is a clear indication that when I'm getting leaner like I am right now, I want to do some abdominal work and create blood flow in my lower ab region. I want to focus solely on my lower ab region. You can see here, I'm already lean up here. I had this last little layer of goo to get rid of. And so what I'll do is I'll do about 50 to 100 reps of just lower abs and drive blood into that area. And then I'll alternate that back and forth with intervals, high intensity metabolic burst on any type of cardio machine or body weight movement. This releases the adrenaline and the catecholamines, which are responsible for metabolizing fat cells. So those hormones can travel to the area where there is blood flow, and then that will increase the fat burning in that pocket. So when I'm done rotating back and forth about 5 times, completing about 50 to 100 reps for my given area, then I'll go ahead and follow that up with some slow, low-intensity lifts, low-intensity steady-state cardio afterwards for 15 to 30 minutes, depending on the time I have. And then I know that my body is most likely burning fat from the area where I just created blood flow. So if you got saggy arms down here, up here, right, flabby arm, you have flab in your hips or your butt, you can work those areas very, very hard, right? And create blood flow in those areas, and then do cardio afterwards to burn fat from those areas. Again, this works better if you have lower body fat, and you must have synergy in place for it to be effective. But there are brand new published research studies showing this is an effective strategy to actually spot reduce and target stubborn fat from your body's worst trouble spots. So hopefully you got something out of this. If you did, and you want to rewatch this and go back later to refer to the science behind it, share it. That way it'll always be on your wall. Give me a like, give me a heart so other people can see this and use this information. It is scientifically backed. Obviously not a quick fix. You have to have synergy in place. Thanks for watching, and God bless.